Did you guys know that there's a reason why Jesus was born specifically in Bethlehem and raised in Nazareth? Well, I did some research. The surprising things I found out about the city of Nazareth, where Jesus was raised up in, was that Nazareth was considered in the first century an insignificant city. According to the Jewish library, the Jews at the time disregarded that place because it wasn't even a city at all. It was just a small village, and it was very insignificant, and it was heavily despised and discriminated by the Jews during the first century. In the first century, Nazareth was a small town about 55 miles north of Jerusalem, and it had a negative reputation among the Jews. This would explain the seeming astonishment of Nathanael of Cana, who asks Philip if anything good can come from such an insignificant hamlet. We can also see in the Gospel of John that the Pharisees doubted that a prophet would arise from Galilee in a lowly city like Nazareth. So can you guys imagine that the very God of the universe decides to be raised in a manger, not in a royal throne, and decides to live in a insignificant city called Nazareth, and have the term Nazarene or Nazareth applied to himself, which was used as a derogatory name for one's enemies. We have to acknowledge God's humbleness in coming down onto the earth as Jesus Christ. The Bible says that he took on a form of a bondservant. He could have been born in a palace, in a royal city, but instead, Jesus decided to be born in a family that was not rich, that was not successful, and instead be raised up as a carpenter before his ministry even began. So that just blew my mind. God decided to humble himself more than anyone else, and this is just evidence of that. Jesus says that the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life for a ransom for many. In short, Jesus chose to be born the humblest life by being born in the manger, being persecuted whilst a baby, barely anyone recognizing and celebrating his arrival to the earth, while spending most of his childhood in Nazareth, a city people think lowly of, a city of insignificance. Jesus chose to live the humblest and lowliest life that anyone can think of. This is our God that presents himself in the world not through splendor, but through the meek and low that a life could possibly get to. Who would imagine the God of the universe deciding to humble himself more than anyone else and willingly die on the cross so that we may not die in our sins, but have everlasting life with him in heaven?